Watching this game from the pit in Albuquerque, 13-18 to go. Louisville, after being outscored early, 7-0 and trailing by 2, have come back to take a 6-point lead. Now, we started play, but something's on the floor, and they're going to hold it up.
You know, Gary, it's interesting. Of the 4 teams in the Final Four, not one of the 4 was in the top 4 in the polls at the start of the season. Louisville started out number 5, Houston 11, State 16, and Georgia wasn't even listed. It wasn't until the 12th week that Houston moved into the number 1 spot, and that's the first time any of these teams, of course, were there.
You were looking at Larry Mishaw a moment ago, who fouled out of the ball game just a moment ago. Milt Wagner, what a touch.
See that follow through, just a perfect form.
People in his face. He has 20 points.
Now the press pick it up, 2-2-1.
Houston, the top-ranked team of the country, a 25-game winning streak. Michael Young, rejected by Jones.
Now Louisville getting a little respect for their rejection ability inside. Michael Young turned around in the shot.
Lancaster Gordon out to Scooter McRae. Rebound Akeem. He's been quiet.
Well, they haven't gotten in their half-court offense, so Akeem hadn't had a chance to touch the ball very much in offense.
Oh, what a pass from Drexler.
One-handed catch.
10 points now for Young. 6-point game again.
Louisville has a great delay game. One of the things, if you remember in our UCLA game, they hadn't worked on that much.
Wagner misses, and Akeem now with 2 big defensive boards. He has 10 for the game.
Another lob.
Drexler, look out. They're making a comeback. Drexler with 15.
And since Mishaw has gone out, it looks like there's a little different commitment on the part of the Houston players.
Jones, reach in. Here comes Benny Anders. Jones is on his tail. Oh! It'll count, and he's fouled.
Did you see Anders get an angle as he was going down there? He swerved out. Watch him right here. You'll see this angle, and Benny Anders will swerve out a little bit right here to get the angle. See that? And that gave him the angle to come in there for the dunk against Jones. Some move. Excellent camera work right there. There's the angle I was talking about. If he went straight on, he wouldn't have had the angle for the dunk, and Jones would have been able to get him. But by getting that little 45-degree cut, he was able to come in for the slam.
Jones has committed his 3rd foul, but free throw misses, but it's a 2-point game. That 6-point lead whittled down by 4. They were down by 6 when Mishaw went out, but you can see the commitment on the part of his teammates. Not a senior out there. Houston is only 3 of 9 from the free throw line, so their Achilles heel starting to show itself again.
And Drexler holding Rodney McRae down very well. Rodney trying to get that ball.
There's Young on Lancaster. Gordon. Akeem helps out. Akeem going down for the ball. He's got it. He gets it off to Franklin.
Comes Drexler.
Franklin partially blocked, and the foul on Milt Wagner. That's 4 on Wagner.
Now Louisville getting out of their half-court offense. Just as Bobby Knight mentioned at halftime, it was a matter of Houston couldn't get in their half-court offense. Now it's Louisville being taken out of theirs.
Jeff Hall will come in for Milt Wagner. Also another substitution, Rodney McRae's checked out. We have Billy Thompson back in. He's playing with 3 personals. There he is, 55. Freshman out of Camden, New Jersey. Franklin.
He's a 62% free throw shooter, but looked good on that one.
And he can tie this game up at the 11:07 mark. Oh, what a game this is.
And there's Bobby Knight's man. He said they're not getting time. Not getting trouble getting their breath there.
That's the 12th tie of the game.
Houston picking up their man-to-man a lot better. They played zone the whole first half. In this man-to-man, they've been much tougher. We saw that against both Memphis State and Villanova, too, when they go man-to-man. They can really play people.
Hall coming off the bench, misses the shot. Boy, this has been a game of surges, hasn't it?
Franklin pushing the ball down the court very well.
Houston trying to take the lead for the 2nd time in the second half. Blocked by Thompson. Akeem is there. He gets it up, and he's fouled.
That's the 4th on Billy Thompson, but it's about all he could do.
Boy, the depth on the benches might decide this game.
Now, what is interesting about the fact that Houston has gone man-to-man When you go man-to-man, you usually can block out much better. We'll see the play right there. There was a block by Billy Thompson. Then he comes over on Akeem, and this time he picks up a foul when he's trying to block.
4 fouls on Thompson.
You're making a point, Gary. When you play man-to-man, you usually can be blocking out much better than you can in the zone. And Louisville has such great quick leapers that they out-rebounded Houston considerably when Houston was in the zone. Now that Houston's man-to-man, they're controlling the boards inside, primarily with number 34 right there, Elijah Wan.
Now Thompson leads the game with 4 fouls. Rodney McRae, you're looking at him, comes in. Akeem hasn't scored in this half, really. He has 9 points for the game, 13 rebounds. And now he gets him a 1-point lead, 58-57, 10.5 minutes to go.
And here comes that man-to-man. They're really picking up the pressure now.
Reach in by Anders. What a game he's playing in the air.
Drexler, great speed on that play, coming over from the weak side. And this man-to-man defense is really giving Louisville trouble.
He had to change his shot in midair. 60-57, 3-point lead now for Houston. Gordon. Akeem is there. 14 rebounds for him.
And here they go again.
He's fouled by Scooter McRae, who caught him. He caught Young to keep him from hitting too hard. Or maybe they caught each other.
We'll see it right here. Again, the man-to-man defense. This one, Benny Young coming out. Benny Anders coming out. Drexler is really motoring on the other side of the floor, and here he goes. Here's that change, and now look at the dunk. He was going in with the right hand, change it back to 2.
Unbelievable play. Now 2 shots coming for Young. That foul, by the way, on Scooter McRae was his 4th personal. Thompson with 4, McRae with 4. Young hits a free throw. They haven't hit very many of them. They, before that shot, were 6 of 13.
Very seldom do you find a team with this kind of size that plays the zone that can then turn around and play man-to-man with this type of intensity.
You talk about strategic timeouts. Guy Lewis called a timeout. Now they've outscored Houston 12-0 since that time.
Outscored Louisville.
I'm sorry. Earlier it was the other way around. Right. Crum called the timeout.
Now, Denny Crum right now has got to be careful. His team has had a hard time getting off any good shot. He's got Wagner on the bench with 4 fouls, and he's the guy normally that come in and take this big shot.
This is the biggest lead of the game for Houston, who just moments ago were trailed by 6. Rodney McRae inside, and a foul. Let's see what goes on. Anders or Akeem?
Anders really having a lot of fun out there. He's smiling. He just looses a goose.
He came over for the game, slapped hands with us. That's his 3rd foul. But he's trying to pick up where Mishaw had to leave with a 5th personal foul. Rodney McRae is down by 62-57 count. 8 points now for Rodney. Here comes Thompson in with 4 fouls. He'll let Scooter sit down, who likewise has 4.
Yeah, I think that Denny's just trying to balance off the 2 players to keep them both rested and out of foul trouble if possible. Milt Wagner's got to be back in this game in another minute or so because they need his offense.
Trey getting the first points since that strategic timeout by Guy Lewis. Drexler high with the rebound. He has 5 in the game.
The most valuable player in the Southwest Conference. He said he would have given the award to Darrell Walker if it had been his vote.
62-58, Franklin. He's playing the game of his life.
He started off on a positive note and played that way all day.
He has 12 points. He had a 50-point game in high school, Lamar, Texas. Steal by Young. Here we go.
Look for Wagner back in this game shortly.
Young didn't have control, but Drexler does. No, Anders. Danny Anders. 66-58.
Milt Wagner on the sideline. Denny Crum going to call a timeout. Get Wagner back in this game.
This has been a game of surges. Never have you seen a game turn around like this one has. Back and forth with 8:56 left to go. 66-58. Denny Crum and a tired Scooter McRae have us catching up to do.